Okay. So this this collective that I'm for some reason tapped into, like it's spilling out into my dreams. It is not something that I resonate with at all with at all, because I have been actively practicing continuing to move out of my comfort zone. Y'all, I've been doing these readings and putting myself on social media and embracing my vulnerability for 4 years now. And I still wake up and when I go to post, nervous to post, but I push through it because your story or you getting up and speaking on anything that you have a heart and a calling or a spirit for could be the very thing that saves somebody's life. Do it with a shaky voice. Do it scared. Do it. Your calling will keep calling you until you answer, right? There are some of you all that are so, like the energy that I just posted on another app. Like, I've observed this mentality that or energy that everything has to look picture perfect, like white picket fence type energy. Even in the spiritual community, I have noticed that like it's this like picturesque, like beautiful, like perfectly healed. Like that is so silly. We're never healed. We're always healing. And I cuss and carry on and mess up every day. Like, and the raw and the vulnerable and the open part of you that opens up about your mistakes or the trials and tribulations you're currently going through today, and you don't have to blast yourself publicly like that, but at least hold on, take the lessons that you're learning, and you don't have to make it like I'm going through A, B, and C. You can kind of switch up the wording in a way that just at least, and still put it out there that at least helps people, where it doesn't draw like personal attention to you. You can still help with what you're going through in your life, but some of you guys are so in your own way that you're preventing yourself from allowing your authenticity to sparkle and shine that could potentially help somebody. And this is the energy. Now, I had a dream last night. Now, it doesn't matter who these people are. You all wouldn't know them anyways, but I went to high school with these girls. And these girls, for some reason, I looked up to them so much. Like, for some reason, they were on this huge pedestal in my mind. And they were, like, considered the popular girls, right? And I just wanted them to like me so freaking bad that, like, I would chameleon and shapeshift around them specifically, and I could feel myself. I would be authentic and real in front of my other friends, like no problem. But whenever these two girls were in front of me, like I wanted them to like me so bad that I was being a chameleon into what I perceived them wanting me to be. And it's this kind of energy. And they showed up in my dreams last night, and they literally come to me and was like, how do I embrace my authenticity like you? And there was this energy that I was tapping into instead of the high school version of me that really like put them on such a pedestal. They were knocked down on my level, and they were normal human beings, and they were hurting, and they wanted so desperately. They felt like they had neglected that part of them that allowed them to be like raw and open, right? And I think that Spirit's just using those two girls as like a reference point, like a cross reference point for this collective that I am tapped into right now. That some of you guys are just so concerned about what you look like on potentially social media or just in general, like those white picket fence. We have it together. We have this, that, and the other, the perfect, right? And it's like, some of you guys are being called so hard by Spirit to put that aside and become raw and open and share your testimony or your story in some sort of way, or at least planting seeds within the lessons that you're learning so that you can help other people water the seeds that could be a seed that's planted for somebody else, right? Like it's this energy, but this collective's got these vulnerability. Do it scared. That is courage. Vulnerability blockages, challenge. I got ringing in my left ear. Like, it's okay if people talk shit about you. Then that's your telltale sign that they're not for you. If they start getting a weird energy because you're like all of a sudden sharing on social media or sharing, however, it doesn't have to be on social media. You're just not keeping up with this perfect picturesque picture white picket image anymore. You're just trying to show people that we're all human or something. It's this energy of you stop giving a flying fuck what people think so much about you. That's what it is. Needing to address vulnerability, blockages, challenges in opening up emotionally and authentically expressing vulnerability. Some of you all want to be so vulnerable and so open because you can see that some other people are struggling in the same ways that you truly are inside, but because you are suppressing what you're going through, you're denying that person of your experience and the lessons you're learning that's helping you grow to help them too. It does not matter what these people on this earth think about you. Needing to address inner critic, but your inner critic inside is mean and nasty and negative. 6:11 on the timer. Persistent negative self-talk and self-judgment that hinders personal development. You will grow through this experience by pushing yourself and expressing or being vulnerable in a certain kind of way, a certain kind of capacity, however you feel led in your spirit to do, but you're getting in your own way because you were so consumed or concerned about what they're going to think about you, or even the people that you've like say, like, I'm getting this energy like there is a collective of people who have built up this, I don't want to call it a false image, but an image of being whoever it is that you think that they need you to be. And you've maintained it for years and years and years, maybe decades. And you finally got to this place where you've got the approval of your favorite person. But you know that by finally stepping up and embracing that very authentic version of you, you might lose that approval from that person who's only worried about white picket fence type energy. You might lose that. But then that person was not truly authentically for you. It is this energy. Needing to address fear of failure, deep-seated anxieties related to the possibility of not meeting expectations of goals. You have placed unachievable expectations on yourself. And that's because somebody did that to you, either as a child or an adolescent or growing up, making you feel like you had to go above and beyond these like imaginary goalposts. You've done that to yourself now. And now the voice in your head, instead of it saying you can do this, it's like, well, you're not going to be good enough if you do. Or they're not going to like you if you do that. You've put all this work into getting them to like you. You doing that might risk the chance all of that hard energy and work of getting them like you. Now they might not. Well, then they were never for you. That is the test. That is the rebirth that your team is trying to get you to step through. There is an ending here that you feel might have to happen if you go ahead and embrace that beautiful, authentic version of you and stop giving a crap about what they or all the people think, right? It is a lack of faith and trust in the universe here. The transformation is occurring so that you restore that trust and faith in your spirit team, your God, your higher power, whatever it is, and trust spirit to catch you, to move you forward. Okay? It's going to bother you inside, like you're going to feel an unrest in your spirit until you allow this transformation or this rebirth. You want to become this authentic version of you, and you're becoming it, what feels like behind closed doors. But an outward expression of this new version of you feels like is what this collective spirit is being pulled to, but 9:09 on the timer. But the faith department, oh this, oh that. Trust that God has got you, or else you wouldn't be feeling pulled this way. I love you.